Welcome into the CHGO Bears Podcast, presented by me right now. I always want to keep saying that. It's really kind of jarring to mess up my cadence.
Hey, we're presented by whoever we want to pay us
presented
a lot
by
of money.
DraftKings, Goose Island. Who else we got up today? Kmet,
Manscaped,
Side,
Roman,
Foco, Braggs.
Braggs.
Presented by
Bricks.
How have you navigated being able to be on both sides of this operation?
It's a good practice. I always used when I was a bricklayer, I used to tell the laborers all the time, you need to get on the other side of the wall and lay so you can understand how to do your job fully. You'll never understand fully how to do it until
You did
do
what on
everything.
the other side of the wall?
Do you ever think you'll be the president of the United States?
I'm working on it.
I could see that as your future. What would be your number one thing that you would do?
What would be my number one thing
You have
if
to
I
think about
was
that one.
president?
Yeah. First thing
Well,
you
it
do.
used to be legalized marijuana, but I quit smoking weed 2 years ago, so I don't care about that anymore.
Great
well, hey,
initiative.
shout out Sunnyside.
That was a terrible endorsement for Sunny Shit.
Yeah, but I had to stop. But I endorse others that do it, so I guess I'll stick to my guns on that.
There you go.
That's fair. Well, Aaron Rodgers is in Denver today trying to legalize shrooms. You could work on that.
Well, let's get weed out of the way first. Get that legalized, start taxing it, get all the nonviolent drug offenders out of jail.
Remember when we saw Jake Plummer at the Super Bowl?
We did?
Yeah, he was on DNVR.
Okay.
He was sitting right next to us, Carm.
Probably didn't know it was him.
Well, he didn't look like him.
Oh, I do remember now.
Yeah, he's a big shroom advocate, and he was there basically walking around doing Radio Road talking
You know
about.
who would be my vice president, though?
Oh boy.
Who's that?
Got a surprise for you. Got a surprise. Oh, yeah.
Braggs is taking his shirt off for you.
We're taking it off. Vice President Cram, baby. We're doing this. Got you.
Come on.
A surprise. We're doing it.
Is this an unofficial shirt?
We're cramming it today.
We're cramming it.
Okay.
Yes. Get over here, Lawrence.
I'm overwhelmed.
But he's got
I don't
it.
know what to do. Should
You got to put it on.
Hold it up for the camera.
My vice
Where is this
president.
photo from?
It's the Cram
I don't even know
photo.
what photo it is. Is this like your WGN headshot?
Vote for Cram.
I didn't know this was happening,
Get out of the
obviously.
shot there, social team. Come on, what are we doing here?
It's a Kodak moment.
This is
I'm gonna be wearing this to Wrigley all
For
summer.
those listening to the podcast, very confused right now. Braggs just took off
you
his shirt.
ruined my life, and
No,
now
I
there's a
didn't.
shirt for this.
Not
Not sponsored.
He is
well, you know,
You just paid for cram shirts.
I got Cram shirts. I was at a festival the other week. This lady, she was doing it. I was like, wait, you can put any picture on a shirt? She's like, yeah. I was like, I got a great idea, lady.
So how did you do that? It was just on your phone? You sent it to her?
Yeah.
You text it to her and then
Yeah.
she puts it on a shirt?
Yep.
Sounds amazing.
Yep.
Wow.
So here's the thing.
First of all, it's
What-
very hot in here. That is, shirt's-
What are we voting for Cram for?
We're voting for Cram.
Yeah.
I'm very cold-blooded. This feels like just a great temperature, and I love this temperature right now in here.
I mean,
I
social,
run
social
cold.
media swinging around here. I don't know if they don't look very pleased. No. Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's not communicated. Poor communication.
Well, this is a classic. Braggs break-in. So
That's
Yeah.
what we do.
I found out 5 minutes before the show when Braggs took me outside in the hallway and asked me to take my shirt off. It was very uncomfortable.
Yep.
Then I realized what was happening.
I mean, I did get a view of the Bragg's belly that I never wanted to see in my life, but I saw it now.
You're going to be seeing a lot more of that.
Why?
It's summertime. I take my shirt off. I don't care.
We're going to do a shirtless show someday?
Okay.
No, this is
Well,
just
let me
getting
get a little more cut up.
Yeah.
Mubs is asking if I'm thankful. Yes, I'm very thankful for this love from Gregory.
These are.
Thank you, buddy.
Hey, I got you,
And-
man.
Yeah, no,
Got
this is.
you.
I used to be Carm, now I'm Cram, and there's a bad picture of me in a headset, and I'm wearing a suit. But I'm thankful.
What are we voting for Cram for? I
For
just-
vice president. I'm
Of-
the president. He's vice
No,
president.
he didn't have any vote for, but since I went with the
Yeah.
president thing.
People
I'm
are-
with Brian, though. Should have used the hard hat
Well,
picture from last
the
week.
shirts were made before the hard hat stuff went down,
Okay.
or else that definitely would have been the picture.
Yeah.
That was great.
All right.
Job by, great job by you hustling to get out to Arlington Heights on 2 hours' notice.
Yeah.
I just followed the Mansion's directions, baby. The Mansion, we got to get somebody out there. I'm like, Mansion calls.
I was surprised you didn't
gotta
like
answer.
protest it to stop the demolition. You know,
Yeah, you
like
didn't like sit
like those
between-
tree huggers that like lay in front of the redwoods so you don't chop them down.
Go at the tree huggers and those fine people.
You could have done a what do they call those protesters that like pour blood and lay in it on the ground?
I don't know about the blood.
Listen, I sang one of the more ridiculous songs of all time.
Yeah, I unfortunately wasted 30 seconds of my
You loved
anniversary, secondary honeymoon, whatever that was, watching that video.
I love the song, to be honest. I thought that was that made up on the spot?
That was an on the spotter. Just,
Yeah.
I mean, you're just like a regular Eminem, just freestyling it.
I mean, I've got about 6 more tunes in the phone if you want to hear them. I've got a Super.
You get a whole album in there.
I got a Super Bowl shuffle for you. Shuffling on down. Arlington Heights with you. But yeah. All right. Well, I don't know where else to go from here, but thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Doug, appreciate the details in your life. Doug Van Dorn. I'm putting my Instacart order away, but I am watching.
Thank you, Doug.
Any other updates you want to provide us? We greatly
Doug
appreciate
is
them.
Doug is freaking awesome. He lets people know when he's late. He lets people know he's got to leave early. He lets people know what he's doing.
Yeah.
that is a level of CHGO fan that we should all appreciate to the end of the earth. So thank you, brother.
By the
DVD,
way,
let's go.
I'm also naming Braggs my official bodyguard. Twitter guard, whatever.
Yeah, I had
Yes,
your
no,
back.
you should.
You
should.
did. I thanked you yesterday. I don't know if you saw that. If
I
you're
saw
watching,
it. I was watching.
but yeah, you are officially the mansion's bodyguard.
Yeah,
You're
I got
guarding
your
the
back.
mansion.
You know, I'm a part of Bears Twitter, and when they want to come at us, I'm gonna put the claws on them a little.
I don't know about president of the United States, but I will say you are president of Bears Twitter.
Hell, it's a community. I don't want to feel like I'm above anyone and at Bears
No,
Twitter.
you're not above. Just like the president isn't above any of us.
Yeah,
You're the leader.
I speak to the people.
You're-
I had
You
your
do.
back. You
You
know,
do.
we've talked about it, but
Yeah.
let's just call it for what it is. Everybody's out there trying to do their thing. Content creators, everybody else. So they're gonna point fingers at us. I'm gonna friendly point a finger back.
I defer to the mansion, but do we want to do RIP for Braggs right now and his dreams, or do we want to do something else?
Why are his dreams gone?
Why, you
Well,
gonna
he's-
kill my
he-
dreams?
Well, you've been on this show and you've been the leader, and you very much wanted the Bears to be on Hard Knocks.
Yeah, that's true.
And it feels like
is-
that ship has sailed. They're looking at teams. The report out this week that they're looking at not the 4 that are eligible to be forced onto the show, but they're moved on from that. And the Lions are being looked at despite their new secondary helmet as a second appearance.
They're gonna go back-to-back Lion.
They could
It's
go back to back.
been some of the rumors floating around.
I'd watch it again. I enjoyed it very much.
I mean, we just did Detroit. Enough with Detroit.
No, it's entertaining.
Yeah, it's definitely disappointing that it sounds like the Bears, are going to get their way. George McCaskey's going to get his way. Obviously, they have a lot of pull when it comes to,
Well, have they actually forced a team to do it yet? I don't think that's...
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know that they have to meet a criteria, but I don't know if anybody's been actually forced. So, it seems like George is going to, get out of this, wiggle his way out of it any way he possibly can. It's disappointing for me. I would have loved to seen the inner workings of this team, see how they work in the film room. We would have been able to get a unique perspective of this team. But not going to happen, it seems like. So, but I'm not going to let it go until it's officially announced.
I like
It's
that
over.
you're keeping up hope, but it's over. So
It's over just like
Not that
Carm's
ever-
Stadium hopes in Chicago are over.
no, that's not over. That is not over.
Or both not letting it go of things.
That's most definitely not over.
Not?
No, they're talking to Waukegan in Naperville. It ain't over. It is not over. By the way, I got a great email detailing why the Bears are interested in Naperville, which maybe we'll get at tomorrow, which scared me that they actually might end up in Naperville.
If I email you my stadium thoughts, will you actually take them seriously? Or will you just go off of random emails you get? I'm just going to write you an email right now. Subject head. Bears are going to Arlington Heights.
See, this is the problem.
That's it. That's the whole email. That's the email.
You're probably right, and I would give it its due justice, and I would point out that, they are demolishing a building and called everybody out there, so it seems like that's going to happen. But in my cram shirt on this day, we play this out to the finish there, Adam Hoge. And
a cram never quits.
A cram never quits. And Brandon Johnson, that chair is open, and we will.
Oh yeah, has he responded to your request from Inauguration Day?
I've had a second conversation, and we're gonna have a third one today. I'm putting it on my to-do list right now. It's happening.
Carm's on his phone again.
Yep.
Just a quick to-do list. Let's go.
All right. Well, you see in the headline description of today's show, we're going to talk a little bit of contract extensions that are on the horizon, potentially. Not guaranteed, of course. But Spotrac has some contract projections for the three main candidates that we would say. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see them on your screen right now. But Cole Kmet, 4 years, $45.6 million. That would be $11.3 million average per year. Jaylon Johnson, we're talking 3 years, $23.3 million, $7.7 million per year. And Darnell Mooney basically doubling that, 4 years, $59.7 million, $14.9 million per year. What are the first impressions, Braggs, when you look at these?
It certainly surprises me that the per year for Jaylon Johnson is as low as it is, 7.7.
Yeah.
Like that surprises me. I wouldn't guess that that's what top 10 corners in the league make, and I'm sure that's what he's looking to be paid as, at the very least, a top 10 corner.
But do you think he is a top 10?
No, I guess at this point, I think he'd have to do more to get into the top 10.
I don't think that's money Jaylon Johnson would take right now.
Really? I do think that Jalen's numbers are.
I think if that was the offer on the table, I think I would play it out.
Lawrence, can you flip it back up there one more time? Because if you look at the most realistic value on there, what do you think is the closest?
Closest to what?
To what they'll actually get.
The Cole Kmet one seems the closest.
Like Darnell Mooney, I think would sign for that in 8 seconds, but I don't think the Bears would give it to him.
Correct.
And
especially with the injury concern right
now. And if Cole Kmet got that offer, is he signing?
Oh, I think yeah. That seems like a fair deal, I think.
Right. So the Kmet thing seems on point. To your point, I don't think Jalen's signing for $8 million a year. But the Bears would do that deal, you would think, in 5 seconds. It's interesting. The evaluations seem way off to me. Mooney's hurt. Mooney has screws in his foot. Darnell Mooney, if he was offered a 3-year, $30 million deal right now by the Bears, I wonder if he would take it. And I wonder if the Bears would be willing to give it because they haven't seen him back healthy on the field.
Right.
So
He'd probably take it with his injury concern, depending on how he feels about it.
If it was 3 years at 30 and half the money was guaranteed, is he doing it?
Yeah, in regards to the cornerback, just quickly looking over at overthecap.com, they have listed, the top cornerbacks being paid, the highest being $21 million a year, Jair Alexander. But you have to get all the way down to 28th, 29th when you reach the $7 million range. Devin Witherspoon, who's a rookie, is making $7.2 million this year. And that's at the bottom of, cornerback ones in this league. Like I said, 28th or 29th. There's no way Jaylon Johnson would agree to that.
Yeah.
Who gets signed before training camp? Anyone?
I think Cole Kmet. is most likely. I partially because Cole. I think Cole Kmet ends up being valued more by the Bears than maybe he would at an open market. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Number of different reasons.
100%.
Right? Culture. I don't necessarily think it's a huge piece of the puzzle, but I do think it's part of the puzzle.
Okay.
Or part of the pie. Sorry, no, let me rephrase that. Culture is a big part of it. Maintaining what the Bears are building. I think they view him as a leader. I think they like him in that locker room. I think they like his blocking, all that stuff. What I was trying to say that I don't necessarily think is a major reason, but part of the pie is the fact he's a local kid. And I think that we heard Ryan Poles say that he does value that. And
Which, of all the things I love about polls, I think that's very silly.
Yeah, but I don't think he was saying that it's...
Like it should be like the 10th biggest. Like
Sure, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think it's a major part. I do think it's something that having pride in the team that you grew up rooting for. But I think that also works the other way. Like I think that's a reason why Cole would maybe
stay?
not, hard bargain this too much.
Cole Kmet seems very comfortable.
Yeah.
I think he wants the football more. I think he's made comments like, as far as his own breakout, he's like, well, the entire offense, basically.
Right, because to that point, now you have Robert Tonyan in the fold. You guys, were standing right in front of a really nice catch in the red zone, off a frozen rope from Justin Fields. Last year, Cole Kmet had the third most touchdowns of any tight end in football. I mean, I think that went widely under the radar.
It did.
Is he going to do that again this year now with Robert Tonyan getting some of those targets in the red zone? So now would be a good time to get that extension potentially, right? Not to say, he's going to his numbers are going to completely dwindle, but from a touchdown perspective.
If that offer was on the table right now, I would take that.
If you were Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
You'd do the same if you were Mooney too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Especially
100%
coming off an injury, going into a contract year, 100%.
Mooney man with a comment. I would pay Mooney $15 million before Kmet 11.
He has to prove that he's healthy. I mean, his injury he had was a pretty significant one for a wide receiver. We have to make sure
Let's suspend health for a minute. I'm telling you right now, he's healthy. Darnell Mooney is healthy.
Then you sign him
for $15 million.
I mean, because this is a guy that had 1,200 yards receiving 2 years ago when he had an actual wide receiver that took attention off of him with Allen Robinson. I know he had a bad year, but he at least took attention off of Darnell Mooney. Last year, obviously, everyone's numbers dwindled, but now you have DJ Moore in the fold. And if I was picking between Darnell Mooney or Chase Claypool and we could only re-sign one, and you're saying both are fully healthy and they have similar numbers next year, I'm going with Darnell Mooney. Because he's been here longer. He has that connection with Justin Fields. So that would be what I hope. But, again, we don't know his health.
You would trust Mooney more than you would trust Claypool, I would think, just personality-wise, right? Darnell is do everything right all the time, whereas with Chase, he's still got some maturing to do before he hits anywhere close to where Mooney's at that way. However, size-wise, there's no comparison either. Like, you'd rather have the big-bodied receiver who can go up and get it versus,
Yep.
The diminutive, if you will, Darnell Mooney. I'm just very interested with the money that is sitting there that you absolutely don't want to just not spend. How is Ryan Poles going to get creative here in either A, which I think we all think they're going to do, adding to the roster, and B, selecting somebody who is willing to go all in on right now to use that money to give himself flexibility down the line?
Right, because the other aspect of this conversation is the one guy they didn't draft to potentially set up a replacement is at tight end. Yep. They drafted Tyreek Stevenson. They drafted Tyler Scott.
Here's some relevant numbers.
That's a fair point.
So what was that average value again? It would have been 11.3. 11.3. So that would put him right with Evan Ingram, who right now ranks 10th in average annual value among tight ends. Okay. So we're talking Darren Waller's still at the top. George Kittle, obviously Travis Kelce. But like Kelce's average annual value right now is only 14.3. We're not talking about that much of a difference. Dawson Knox is at 13 million. I'm just throwing out
Good player.
Hunter Henry's at 12.5. So like, we're not even if Cole Kmet were to ball out this year. I guess my point is like, how much is that really going to go up? Like, even if he has a great year, I don't know anyone's going to be sitting here being like, you deserve Travis Kelce money.
Right.
You know what I mean? So maybe that bumps up into like the 12 or 13 million per year.
Which that surprises me when you talk about Kelce and some of those guys, because just from a fantasy football perspective, we all understand that there aren't that many tight ends, right? Like in comparison to a wide receiver or a cornerback. It's very limited top tier, tight ends up there. So, that surprises me that their money is low when you think about how minimal amount of guys that can actually make plays at that position.
Good GMs and just in general from the poll standpoint, if you front load your contracts as much as you possibly can to give yourself flexibility on the back end. You try to think creatively as to, what's it going to look like in a couple of years, right? This is real GM 101. Well, I'm going to be paying Justin Fields a lot more money. So I'm going to have a lot less flexibility. How am I going to make a roster work around that? So, like, how he uses the next 2 years to keep that flexibility as great as possible is going to be a big key to, along with everything coming together, but that finance part is going to be a big key to how successful this roster can be.
All right. Coming up, some linebacker rankings everyone's going to want to hear because they're actually pretty impressive for the Chicago Bears. But first, want to make sure you know, and you do know this, and we appreciate it, this CHGO is supported by Goose Island Beer Company. We love Goose and always have, because they're Chicago's beer. Since 1988, been drinking Goose Island a long time. Used to go to their brew house on Clybourne Avenue, even when I was a kid growing up in Lincoln Park. Goose Island is a part of Chicago, and we're happy to have them here at CHGO. You should check out the Goose Island IPA, which is just always a classic winner, 6-time medal winner at the Great American Beer Fest. Can you go to the Great American Beer Fest? That sounds like something I want to go to.
I've never been. Great American Beer Fest. Anybody?
I think so. Yeah, I think
Sounds awesome. So Goose IPA, just dominating the beer fest. Tropical Beer Hug, if you want to go bold. 312 Wheat Ale, another classic that's been around for a long time. The new one for me that I love, the Full Pocket Pills. It's an everyday beer. It's what the brewers at Goose Island are drinking. It's what I'm drinking in my fridge in these summer months. Grab ultra fresh brewery exclusive beers at Goose Island's original brew house on Clybourne Avenue in Lincoln Park, or from their tap room on Fulton Street in Westtown. Goose Island Beer Company, Chicago's beer.
Hit the like button for the Goose. And Gregory, the Kmet Energy Efficiency Program is committed to helping families and businesses in the communities they serve. They want to help you manage energy and lower energy bills now and into the future.
Yeah, Cram. ComEd offers a wide variety of incentives on lighting and other efficiency upgrades to commercial, industrial, and public sector customers of all sizes across the territory. ComEd also offers free facility assessments that can help find energy-saving opportunities like for HVAC systems, commercial kitchen equipment, or industrial processes.
Would you like to further detail exactly how that works, Greg? Like, in the genius things that you do every day?
Of course I would, Cram. An authorized engineer will work with you to develop a detailed assessment plan specific to your goals and needs. These can be done in person or virtually and last approximately 2 hours. Within 3 to 4 weeks, customers will receive a report detailing energy efficiency projects that they can start working on immediately. Each recommendation will include estimated energy savings, cost savings, project costs, potential incentives, and simple payback. If you own a business, don't wait. Get started saving money and energy today. For energy saving tips, lighting incentives, or to schedule your free facility assessment, go to ComEd.com/poweringbiz.
Did you really just say ComEd.com/poweringbiz?
Yes, I did. Schedule it today.
And, of course, all of CHGO's Bears offseason coverage is brought to you by the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program, which you can learn more at ComEd.com/poweringbiz, as these guys just told you. But stuff like this that they're bringing to you. Pro Football Focus ranking the top linebacker groups.
Just read what they say out loud, and we should all close our eyes and just enjoy the brilliance that is the Bears linebacker crew. I know Braggs wants to just
bask in it.
Yeah.
Can you zoom in on me again? Does this cram shirt make me look fat? Something's wrong here. Is it just his big head?
Move the microphone.
You know,
Get a good look at that face.
Is it a bigger?
Look at how adorable that
shirt
dude
is.
is.
Something's off. Maybe it's just his face.
It is a good soft shirt.
well, they're larges. I almost got you an extra large, and then Jenny was like, "He's a large." I'm like, Hoge's really tall. She's
No,
like, "He's a
large.
large." I'm like, "Okay."
That's why you always trust your wife.
Jenny-
She's right.
Jenny's-
Because I sometimes will even go medium.
Okay.
Jenny is such a hero.
She is pretty good.
Where would
Yeah.
you be without her?
I'd be in a gutter.
He's like, yeah, but actually I would
It's
be.
true.
All right. Well, the Bears linebackers, not in a gutter. They're ranked number 2 in the NFL right now, according to Pro Football Focus. Number 1, not surprising, the San Francisco 49ers. You may have heard of these guys, Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw. So, yeah, 49ers are linebackers, number 1. No shocker. But how about the Bears coming in at number 2? And I agree with Carm. I will just sit here and read this for you. You can close your eyes. You can enjoy it.
Thank you.
Humana.
Thank you.
Chicago's front 7 underperformed in 2022, so the team used free agency to acquire 2 of the highest graded players at the position. Tremaine Edmonds arrives from Buffalo after a long-awaited breakout that saw massive increases in his overall and coverage grades. Overall grade, 81.9. Coverage grade, 90. That latter mark, along with his 10 pass breakups, led all qualified linebackers. TJ Edwards comes with less fanfare, but was the unsung hero of the Eagles' elite defense. He played nearly 1,200 snaps and graded above 78 against the run, in coverage, and as a pass rusher, which added up to the 6th best overall grade at the position. That's 81.6, just behind Tremaine Edmonds. Second-year man Jack Sanborn, the Sand God. They didn't put that in there. I just did. Represented on the set today with the jersey. Provides a good complement as a rugged Sam-type linebacker in Matt Eberflus's 4-3 defense. He showed flashes of talent last year, posting 80.0 plus grades in his last 2 games. This group hasn't played together yet, but the Bears are banking on talent and couldn't have much more at their disposal.
Woo!
Sand God.
Super Bowl.
I love it.
Greg, you really wanted to bring this to our attention, the greatness that is being predicted for the Bears linebackers.
Yeah.
So just talk about it, your feelings right now.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about, all the different storylines, we're also hyper-focused on Justin Fields, DJ Moore in the offense. But I just feel like this hasn't been talked about enough to pick up 2 really good linebackers on the market. You could argue the top 2 linebackers with Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds. Tremaine Edmonds is a monster. You talk about monsters of the midway. He's going to be right up the middle, big body. I saw Mina Kimes doing a little breakdown of, how much he can be a disruptor, in the passing game just from his size alone. Then you talk about his speed and versatility. Just really excited to see this unit go to work. And that doesn't even mention Noah Sewell, who, they draft to create competition and depth. Yes, the defensive line is still a work in progress, but this linebacking core is going to help that defensive line, quite a bit this season. So when you talk about linebacking cores of this franchise, have certainly led the way for a long time. I think that'll be, our beacon here this year.
Highest paid linebacker in football right now. You know who it is?
Tremaine Edmonds?
Nope. Average annual value.
Oh. Roquan Smith?
The answer, yes.
That was a really dumb first guess by me because obviously Roquan Smith got paid more money.
Yeah.
Roquan is 1, Shaq Leonard is 2, Fred Warner is 3rd, and then it's Tremaine Edmonds. 4th highest paid linebacker. He's making $18 million a year. He better be good. That's all I'm saying.
Well, and that's why I just want to play devil's advocate for a second. It's just the one thing about free agency is it's always fickle. And you just got to hope that what the Bears saw in film last year with Tremaine Edmonds, that breakout season, because he went to 2 Pro Bowls, then it kind of fell off, and then he came back last year with a great season. You want to hope that doesn't end up being like an inconsistency, right? A little bit of wave.
I mean, there has been, speaking of people that send me comments, Carm, he looks the part. He looks incredible when you see him. But you'll watch him during the year, and you're going to get super frustrated by him. I'm hoping that's not the case, because he absolutely, to the first point, looks the part.
Absolutely.
I mean, this dude is like, okay, love having that guy in the middle of my field. Yeah. So, but it's, it's a big bet. Big bet by Sir Ryan Poles, who we all trust and believe and want to go to dinner with.
Kind of a messed up comment from Robert there.
What'd he say? Robert
said those cram shirts can double
as TP
toilet
in case
paper.
of another shortage. That's messed up, Robert. But, I do, Mr. Robert's side point, creativity in life, you got to do what you got to do. And if you were so fortunate to have a cram shirt and you weren't stuck in a situation, you needed to use it for that, I'd respect the move. You got to take care of number 1.
Well, these are limited editions, so get your own toilet paper. Tremaine
Get your own toilet paper.
Another point my good buddy Shane Marsall brought up on his show. He said, Tremaine Edmonds was named a captain with the Bills, fairly early in his tenure there, and that just speaks to the leadership. We're already seeing that here with the Bears. We haven't seen it, in the season yet, but even his press conference, talk about winning a press conference. I mean, his mentality is something that's really going to help a lot of these young guys. So, free agency is definitely fickle, and sometimes you're paying for, Theo Epstein always used to say, in free agency, people pay for past performance, but what you're actually paying for is what they're going to do for you. But I think there's still a lot left for Tremaine Edmonds, in the tank to show what he can do for us.
Well, I think part of the reason why they felt comfortable making the deal is you're getting the guy in his prime. I mean, it ain't like this is an old player. He's 25. So what are you laughing at?
That's what I'm
now?
saying. And when he was named captain,
what's going on over here?
When he was named captain, I think it was like 2022. What's happening here?
Kevin just said you'd actually be taken care of, number 2, Graham.
Fair point.
But that was the other point, made about, the fact that he was named a captain. You said he's 25. He was named captain at like 22 years old. A young player that was voted as a captain. So that on a team that has been a Super Bowl contender.
Look, there's been plenty of free agency signings that have not made sense to me. Robert Quinn recently comes to mind, and he ended up if we're being honest, there was more bad than there was good, but he still set the team's single-season sack record in the middle of all that. But that was one that logically, when the signing was made, was like, wait, you're signing this over 30 4-3 pass rusher that is up and down throughout his entire career. It doesn't make sense to me. This is one, to me, that is the opposite of that. Tremaine Edmonds made a ton of sense the second the signing got announced. I love his leadership. I love his size. I love how he fits in this defense. I think it's going to be great. I'm as bullish on – well, maybe not quite as bullish. I mean, DJ Moore looks like just a stud. In fact, I'm going to steal something that I heard on the radio yesterday and call out our friend Mark Grody.
The Grody.
Because
my guy.
We love Grody. But Parkins asked him if DJ Moore is better than Allen Robinson. And Grody hesitated and said, I'm not sure yet. I think he just wants to see it play out.
Well, A-Rob, when he was rolling now, was rolling pretty strong.
Yeah, but I think DJ Moore's on a different level.
Fair enough.
I think DJ Moore, I mean, they're different receivers. Allen Robinson was never great he was a good route runner to give himself enough space, and then he would make a lot of tough catches, where DJ Moore is going to get open more. He is going to be able to separate. We've already seen that on the field, on the practice field. And all due respect to Allen Robinson, who I agree was a pretty damn good receiver when he was here and rolling. I think DJ Moore is on a different level.
Allen Robinson's had 3 seasons over 1,000, 1147, 1250, 1,400. He led the NFL in touchdown catches when he was 22 years old with 14. Then, of course, he ended up blowing out his knee.
What was the most catches he had in the season?
Most catches?
112. Something like that.
Hold on. Learning how to read stats. I know how to do this.
Go to receptions.
Get your glasses on,
Thank
Grandpa?
you very much. The most he had 102 with the Bears in 2020.
102.
102 and 98.
Okay.
So
That's actually more than DJ Moore.
Well, Mitch would lock on him like
Well,
nobody's business. And it sounds like that's what Justin's been doing with DJ Moore, especially with Claypool and Mooney out so far in non-padded practices. But you certainly hope they can spread the pill around a little more than that. But, you know, Mitch was certainly locked in on Robinson. And it was also just about trust, you know, being able to know that he's going to get separation at the line of scrimmage, those little underneath routes, you know, the third down and you need it on a slant. And let's hope that's who DJ Moore is for Justin Fields, is the guy that he can trust.
I mean, I think that is exactly what he's going to be, damn it. Most catches that DJ's ever had in a season is 93. The most yards he's had is 1193. So very consistent. I get it. Hasn't had a good quarterback.
Right.
Not that Allen Robinson did either.
Nope. Allen Robinson had the same problem throughout his career.
So
And now he's back with Mitch in Pittsburgh. Although he'll be catching balls from Kenny
And
Pickett.
Anthony Miller just got released from Pittsburgh.
He did. They signed Nick Kwiatkowski.
Yeah.
My guy.
Just rolling through all the Bears.
I like Nick Kwiatkowski.
Kwitulski, as John Fox called him.
I was trying to think what Ed O'Bradovich used to call him.
Probably Kwitulski. Kwiatkowski.
But
That's probably it. Kwiatkowski.
Pretty amazing, by the way, for Allen Robinson with Blake Bortles as his quarterback, putting up 1,400 yards with a QB that had although Blake Bortles that year threw 35 touchdown passes. Blake Bortles. That's amazing.
That happened. That was the thing. Hey, take on the sun with gear built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered for the warm weather that is here. Premium polarized shades at an affordable price. Shady Rays is an independent sunglass company that offers a world-class product just as good as any expensive pair we've worn. Durable frames, extremely clear optics for outdoor adventures. Braggs has his on right now. I had mine on as I was walking over here from the train station this morning. Beautiful day in Chicago. That's not all. Shady Rays offers the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair of sunglasses is backed by lost and broken replacements. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they told us they will send you a brand new pair. No questions asked. Wear your Shady Rays with confidence because they have your back long after you purchase. That peace of mind, I'll tell you what. You know what what Krista got me for Father's Day?
What's that, Adam?
Spoiling me. She got me an hour on a jet ski on Sunday. It was a very thoughtful gift for a boat-loving, water-loving person like myself. And you know what? I wasn't sure if I should wear my sunglasses on a jet ski. And I said, you know what? I got Shady Rays. If I lose them, if they fall in the water, I'm good. Shady Rays will just send me a brand new pair.
And there's a lot of things that can be done on a jet ski if you get creative.
What?
Thank you for getting.
Wait, what?
Thank you for getting.
Are we talking about like a barrel
exactly
roll?
where I was headed.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
What were you? What?
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, but why did you say that?
Because you were just talking about your wife and anniversaries and sunglasses, and I took myself to the last time that I was on a jet ski, and it was a great time.
What were you doing on the jet ski?
Hanging out.
I don't think we need to talk about it on a podcast.
Oh,
In this particular scenario, I was watching.
Oh.
But anyway, keep on going.
Kevin says
Reed?
cram, taking care of number 2 on the jet ski.
No.
Yep. For the record, I was on the jet ski by myself, except for when I welcomed my wife and our son on with me.
Well, that's a good
ruins
family
So
affair.
thanks for
right
making
there.
it
I'm
awkward.
leaving.
Carl.
I'm leaving.
But as I was trying to say, and you know what? My son had his sunglasses too. Didn't have to worry about it. If they fall in the water, Shady Rays has you covered. Together with their customers, Shady Rays is also providing much-needed support to nonprofit partners across the U.S. through Shady Rays Impact. Exclusive for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. You go to ShadyRays.com right now. You use code CHGO. You get 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people.
Hashtag shady. If you haven't gotten those rays, now is the day. Do it. This moment is for
They're
you.
great.
This moment.
All right. Where are we going? Are we going onto the submarine?
Well, can we see I want to talk about submarine, but can we see that Lions helmet real quick? Do we like this helmet? And I know it's the Lions, so you're going to say no, but
We do not.
I kind of like it.
That lion looks lame. It looks like a hieroglyph.
Yeah,
hieroglyphics?
Hieroglyphic. I was like worried I was saying it wrong. It looks like literally something you'd see, on a pyramid.
But am I crazy? And I haven't read up on this. I just saw the tweet as I was walking over, and my first is this a play on the Ford Mustang?
That's an interesting
with
angle.
the stripes?
I mean, it's the Ford family. You got that to me is like the Mustang logo, but they put a lion on it instead.
It does look like sort
And
of
if that's it, I like it.
Yeah, but the lion just,
it's a lame lion.
yeah, it's not very detailed. Like I said, it looks like a hieroglyphic.
It does look a little bit half-assy, but I kind of like the coloring.
The girl that's doing all these nude logo designs on
Nude?
TikTok.
New.
Huh?
New. Okay, never mind.
Nude logo designs?
I
It
said
sounded-
new. Did I not say new?
It was very close to nude.
You're the one talking that crazy stuff. She's doing a great job. Just let her do all the new alternate designs.
All right, there is a teaser video on Twitter here of a guy walking out of a blue Ford Mustang. I think
Hoge
there's
nailed
something
it.
here.
Hoge nailed it.
Okay. And that's
But
fine. You wanna
people in the
pay
comments are saying
homage,
no. I don't know.
But did they actually hit the mark?
It's very close to their
I think
actual
that blue
helmet.
helmet will look good with the gray uniforms that they wear that I don't necessarily like. I think it's a better compliment.
I've got some weird level of respect for the Lions, just because they're so similar to the
There's
in
something.
battle,
I like it.
just hanging out with us, trying to one day get there. Of course, we're 8,000 times.
Brian says it looks like a kid drew it.
Yeah, multiple people saying it looks like a toddler.
Yeah, I don't know why they couldn't just. I don't know. Is that one of their old logos? You know what?
Yeah, apparently it's from the 60s.
That's cool then.
Sure.
Sorry, I'm saying something good about the Lions.
Detroit sucks. Detroit sucks. We can have a little, balance.
I've got that.
Here, Lawrence.
There you go.
I agree.
Lawrence, I just sent you the image of the girl on TikTok is making all these alternate images for NFL helmets, and I think hers is better. I do.
Just her Lions one?
She's done a bunch that are really good. They haven't all been home runs, but the Lions one was solid. I'm trying to find her name so I can give her a proper shout out, even though she wouldn't agree to
Are
come
we
on the
adding a
show.
helmet?
Huh?
Are we adding a helmet?
I don't know if I don't think she's done
Or,
one for us yet.
Yeah, but he's asking. Well, are the orange helmets coming back this year?
Oh,
Yeah, I don't
bring
know.
them back. One more run.
No.
So fresh.
Are you?
impactful.
I did slack it to you, but no big deal.
Yeah, but you slack me like a terrible photo.
Oh
Like,
my gosh,
shut-
you're so
and
picky.
Also, no credit. Give me.
Yeah, and her
what's
name is Emily Morgan Creates. She does a great job. But you're gonna have to do Lions, and it'll come up. So, but she does a great job, and I think the one she did is better, personally.
Not a
So-
bad gig for Emily Morgan.
I'm telling you, look it up. She's doing all these. She just did a New York Giants one yesterday, really good. She's done Bengals. She did a Cubs one. Like I said, they don't all hit the mark, but for the most part,
What do
she's
you
been killing
do
it.
all day?
That's what I always wonder.
What do you
Guy sees
mean?
everything on social media.
You were just talking about the stuff you watch on TikTok. Yeah, look at.
Oh,
look at
I've
this.
actually seen this.
Yeah, it's great.
That's cool.
Thank you. So that's what I do all day. Find cool things.
Yeah.
Wait, so
Ram.
that's her logo?
Yes, she does these, and then she
She's
like
been
has
redesigning.
cool
it always.
music to it, and
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That
lions, flip it, put it on the head, bang. Look at that. Way cooler. Let her do it.
that is badass. Emily creates.
I'm telling you, go look. I messaged her. I want her to come on the show. She's done such a good job.
What does she have for the Bears?
She should
Is
come
it
on
I
the
don't
show.
think she's done a Bears one. She did a Cubs one. The Cubs one was okay.
Wait, you're saying you messaged her and she didn't respond?
Yeah, well, she's famous now.
Maybe it was inauguration day.
Oh, it was when
I
she-
messaged her before she was like completely famous, but now she's really famous. So, but I just gave you a shout out, Emily. So there you go.
All right,
Emily appreciates, and we appreciate Emily.
I'm not gonna lie. That logo is way better.
That was a good job.
That's a
Told ya.
cool logo. That would look cool on that blue helmet too.
If you guys
Okay.
would just listen to me.
We're wearing the shirt that she bought.
We'd love Braggs. All right. So there's been this crazy submarine story. I don't even know where it stands right now.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about bringing this up. Like, are these people dead? I
They're
mean,
not.
Why?
They're
too.
not
That's what made me-
declared dead yet.
I assume they're
And apparently they
Not in a
had
good
3
place.
days worth of oxygen
96
reportedly,
hours. Yeah.
which is that
Yeah.
amount is dwindling like as we
Yeah.
speak. They have to find them, and they have not found them, and
Let-
it doesn't look great.
Let's just say, for argument's sake, that the four of us were on that sub.
I would have eaten you by now.
You think?
We would have definitely duct taped Cram in a corner. That'd have been the first step.
How did?
As
Oh,
he's singing,
be a rough
"We
ending.
live in a yellow submarine."
Yeah.
Well, the brilliant topic that Braggs came up with, and I kind of agreed with, was, and I threw in there, was, if the only way, if you've been born, say, you know, after 85 or even like after 1983, like you have no memory of it, the only way to see the Bears play in a Super Bowl and win it is you have to, you know, get on the next sub thing that somebody told you that this one's going to work. And you're going to go down there.
You have-
and
wait, wait,
once
wait.
you make that journey.
So it's an underwater Super
Yeah, is the
Bowl?
Super Bowl at the Titanic?
You
No.
got to suspend some. You know, we're going into the imaginary world here. Yes, you go. You get in the sub. It takes you down there.
This is somehow less realistic than you wanting to build a stadium on Lake Michigan.
Yes, this is. And then you come out. Maybe you survived, maybe you didn't, and there it is. You get to watch a whole season. I'll give you a whole season of the Bears kicking ass and on their way to their first Super Bowl since 1985.
Let me frame it better, because you always
thought
go
you
off
did a
the
great frame.
reservation. No,
Yeah, that was a.
the only way the Bears have never won a Super Bowl in your lifetime. The only way you're ever going to see them win one, or else they'll never win one, is you got to get in this submarine and go check out the Titanic.
That's better. So the deal is you
That was
get on a
quicker.
sub, you go to the Titanic, Bears are guaranteed a Super Bowl?
Correct.
Guaranteed. And if you don't, then they never win one. Are you getting in the submarine? You've dedicated
I
a
would
lot
probably
of
do
your
it.
life
I would probably
covering
do
this
it.
team.
Yeah, I would do it. What's guys,
Are you out of your mind?
this doesn't happen every day.
Yeah,
When's
there's
the last time there was a sub disaster?
Right, but this sub, they've got like a PlayStation thing that they're playing with.
It's called a controller.
Thank you. Okay, fine.
I know you're
Hoge's
from
playing the odds.
the
Hoge's
Atari
playing the
days.
odds. Smart Hoge.
To win a Super Bowl?
You know, they've taken other trips down there. This is just the first time they can't find them.
No, I wouldn't let Justin Fields on the sub. You got to protect him at all costs.
Fair point. Sanborn can't be on the sub.
I've got a poll going on the old YouTubes.
Which Bear
asking-
players can go on the sub?
Carm,
Would you
you
get
said
on
you
the
wouldn't
sub?
go on it, but if Michael Jordan asked you to go on it,
It's a different. You're
Would
not
you
talking
go
about the whole
on
thing. If MJ asked me if would I go on a sub, would you like to come on a submarine ride with me?
kind of a voice
Is he Barry
is
White?
that?
We all live in a
Yeah, a
yellow
little.
sub.
I mean, I couldn't tell Mike no.
Sub.
I'm on that sub.
Is Ditka piloting the sub? Ask Kevin.
I just don't understand why this submarine looks the way it does.
I haven't
Because
even
it's not
seen it.
real.
I haven't
It
even
is a
seen it.
man-made submersive
That's what I'm
vehicle.
saying.
It's
Like,
just
if you're
not
going
a
to charge,
submarine.
apparently the tickets to do this were $250,000 a piece. They're making that much money. Why isn't it a nicer submarine to get down there? Or is there no such thing as a submarine that can get to that depth?
I don't know. It's really stupid. The whole thing is just dumb.
I mean, I obviously feel bad for them. You know, everybody's like
I mean, ultra-rich
making
people
fun of
doing
it, like,
stupid
oh, this is what
things.
rich people get. Like, come on, guys. Like,
All right, now my angle on this story I wanted to do. So there was also creating waves is that one of the billionaires that paid to go on this little venture, his son,
Stepson.
Stepson.
Stepping out.
went to the Blink-182 concert. Apparently twice.
Yes, and he said, like, what am I supposed to do? Just sit in the house and, wonder if my stepdad is going to be alive. I got it. Blink-182 is a concert. That's a band that's soothed my soul.
You mean
so
in the last couple days? That's what he's been doing
Yes,
while his
correct.
dad has not
Correct.
been found?
Correct.
Oh, jeez.
Now, let me say a quick serious thing on this before we spin it to the Bears somehow.
Almost
Would you like? Who would you answer the phone?
He didn't.
Doing the show.
Ask them if they know Jack Sanborn.
Do you know who Jack Sanborn is? No, they hung up. That was a spam call.
Do you think the spam call knew what doing the show means?
Well,
I'm doing the show.
Well, I gotta let them know. Listen. I get spam calls all day long, but I talk to them because I don't have anyone else to talk to, so we get in a deep discussion. I want them to call back.
All right. First of all, as somebody who's been through some grief, as many of us all have,
Let Floyd put in the chat, all submarines are man-made.
Yeah, I probably didn't need to write man-made, but the point
That
is,
was
it's
funny.
it's not like a sub. It's like this thing that's
Right.
I don't know.
It's like a DIY.
Yeah, it's a
you
little
know, it's not
DIY.
like a
Maybe
company.
didn't make
is there an
it.
Yeah.
HGTV show on how they
Yeah.
made it?
Yeah.
Maybe. What I was gonna say is just like let people grieve however they're gonna grieve. I'm not gonna judge the guy for going to that concert. I think like there's like celebrities coming out being like, how can you go to this kind? Like who cares? Like let the guy do whatever he wants to do. But my question is, if your dad was lost in a submarine right now, you had Bears tickets on Sunday. You going to the game?
Great question.
Well, my dad didn't love me, so I'm no, I'm kidding. He loves me.
All the issues are coming out today.
Does it matter what type of game is it? Week one, Bears Packers.
If Barb was
My
on,
dad loves me. It's a joke.
if your Barb,
We just don't talk
no,
that
but
much.
let's talk about your mom. If Barb was on the sub,
No, I wouldn't go to the Bears.
you
game.
wouldn't.
No.
What would you be doing?
He'd be diving down under the ocean to get her.
Yeah. It'd be
That's
breaking.
my point.
I'd be
Like, what do
breaking
people want
together
this
a
kid to
submarine.
do?
Brick sinks. It'll get down there.
Yeah.
What do they want this kid to do? Get on a boat and go look for him?
And if I had a boat, and if I had Bears
No, but
tickets,
my dad, he lived in Florida, Fort Myers forever, and I called him last year in September. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" When the hurricane was like coming through, it's like, "I'm fine." He's like, "I'm in Tennessee." It's like, "I live there now." I go, "When did you plan on telling me this?" He's like, "I'm telling you now." He had moved there like 3 months prior, never told me. So that's our relationship.
Wow.
we're good therapy session
I
right
was
now.
gonna say
Yeah,
this show just went in a different direction.
No.
We don't have a couch. We got to get a couch.
We don't
on
need.
set
He's
here.
right in a perfect spot.
This is a funny story.
How did you feel when he told you, Greg?
I was irritated. I'm like, "What do you?"
You were
what-
angry.
Because you know what I told him? I go, "Well, what if you
leave
died,
him.
Dad? How would I know?" He's like, Guess you'll
Maybe
find out one way or
Irritated
another.
is not a feeling.
Yes, it is.
No, it is not. There are 5 feelings. Closest to irritated would be anger.
Want me to get on the couch, Cram?
Well,
Dr.
I
Cram?
would say that you were probably hurt and sad too.
Maybe I was a little sad.
Yeah.
Now he's
yeah.
putting his legs on you. You've already seen his belly. Now he's putting his bare legs on you.
Yes.
What a human being.
What a great man.
I love this guy. All right.
Is that it?
I think that's it. I think that was a show. We did one. We did a show. It's good to be back in studio. We're back tomorrow.
We all
We all live in the crammy submarine.
Crammy
We-
submarine.
prayers up for those who are going, and for those of us who will be joining us on the submarine to the Super Bowl. We are. When's it leaving, Braggs? Have you booked the sub? Booking the sub for those of us who want to get on the sub,
Yeah.
so we can go to the Super
We got to
Bowl
do it before camp.
before camp. Go to the bottom of Lake Michigan. How far down is it to the bottom of Lake Michigan?
So take all this out. You wouldn't go on a submarine?
No, I wouldn't.
Would you go skydiving?
No.
Would you go on a helicopter?
I guess I'd do that. As long as the doors are closed.
I would do all of the above.
I would do all. I like trying new things.
Not a big fan of heights anymore. Definitely don't want to go to a submarine.
Would you go wake surfing?
Yeah. If I could actually stand up.
You can. I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah. It's hard.
It's not.
I
you're
love
dealing-
swimming. I love swimming, so I'd do that.
You're dealing with a mediocre athlete who's got a
Yeah, right.
banged up meniscus.
Yeah,
and just-
right.
Would you go scuba diving?
No.
Why?
I have gone scuba diving in Costa Rica. It's
Because
quite
people
lovely.
get the bends and they're messed up, and I don't care about seeing fish, at all.
It's peaceful. Wait till you see your first sea turtle.
Don't care.
It just brings you to a different place.
I mean, it'd be cool. But come on.
Shout out to Brian. Thank you for the
little
$2. Good show again, fellas.
Yeah, thank
All
you,
right,
Ryan.
bye.
JR said, how did Braggs brick a chimney then?
Not willingly. I don't love being up on roofs working, but I'll do it.
That's why you won't do my chimney. Hey, real quick before we get out of here, and then we'll say goodbye, I promise. But if anybody's interested tonight, looking for something to do, the Vaughn McClure Jeff Dickerson Foundation event is tonight at Tau in River North from 6 to 9 o'clock. And you can get tickets. I don't know if there's actually a direct. I'll have to go check my Twitter. I'll put the link on there on how to get tickets. But if you're interested in joining us, it's a great cause. Supporting causes that were very important to both Vaughn and JD, who, of course, we inexplicably lost way too early in their lives, both of them, and we miss them dearly. So I'll be there tonight. If anybody wants to join, I'll check out my Twitter at Adam Hoge. I'll put the link out there here in a little bit, and we'll see you there. Back tomorrow at noon.
Bears After Dark tonight.
Bears After Dark tonight. Bad is back.
Who's on the show?
Former Chicago Bear Steve Edwards, offensive lineman from the early 2000 days. So excited to get him on. And then we're also having Matt Deary from Locked On Lions to continue our little rivalry podcast discussions.
It's going to be a big show.
Lions.
Big bad.
Lions. All right.
Big bad.
Route, we'll talk to you tomorrow.